Hello, hello. It is Functional Faith Friday
Yeah.
after dark.
Ooh, let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me.
Okay, I didn't know how long that was going to go on. All right, so I have Kingston here with me today. Usually I don't for Functional Faith Friday, but we are together in this because
We are together.
we want
in
to talk
this.
about what we are leading up to in February. This month we kind of talked about fear and faith and our purpose and our insecurities and our identity. And next month we are talking about love. Okay, we're talking about self-love, accepting ourselves, love for our families, love for our spouses, and we're also talking about fidelity.
Nice. I see what you did.
Talking about fidelity, yes. So we've covered several times. Let me see if I have my little stiff fluid up here. That in functional faith we go from the fruit to the root of dysfunction, and we're about experiencing the divine all the time. Even in dysfunction and doubt. And some ways that we address the dysfunction, we go from the fruit to the root. We start with the functional foundations, right? That is our spiritual practices, our spiritual disciplines, and right now we're hosting a 6-week program of the 12 spiritual disciplines that we're covering in that. But we also we believe that's the foundation of a holistic spirituality, but we also have our pillars. And these are the 6 pillars. Hello to the people who are watching. Feel free to leave a comment and let us know if you have any plans this weekend. But the pillars are functional feelings, functional food, fitness, fidelity, family, and finance. In no particular order, because we are going to be leading with functional fidelity. Fidelity. Let us know if you think it's fidelity or fidelity. Fidelity. Okay. And so you wanna talk a little bit about that, since that's kind of your forte.
So, is it?
It is.
So yeah, we really don't feel like the church talks enough about sex.
Functional fidelity is not only about sex.
It's not only about sex.
That is going to be our pillar about marriage,
intimacy, and sex.
Yes.
So we have kind of an emphasis on sex though, because
yeah.
While sex is not everything in a marriage by any means, sex is a really good way of seeing the health of a marriage.
And it's the part that the Christian church gets the most dysfunctional.
Yes.
Handles the most dysfunctionally.
Very, very terribly. So there's all kinds of, honestly, the church does have really good resources on being a good relational husband and opening up emotionally and how to communication skills and how to fight fair, and there's all kinds of really good resources out there, and the church seems to kind of talk a little bit more openly about that kind of stuff. But whenever it gets to sex, there's a lot of confusion, and not only is there confusion, but unfortunately there's a whole lot of shame
and misinformation
and shame, and we want to change that. We want to keep things classy. Like, we don't want to get vulgar or what's the word? Distasteful. Yeah, we want to keep things classy, but at the same time we just want to be real. We just want to openly talk about sex and openly educate about sex, because we've learned a lot, and we have sexually grown a lot, and our marriage, honestly, here's why we also kind of emphasize sex, is because we can track our growth as a couple. Like, we can look at our sex life since we've been married and look at our relational life since we've been married, and as our sex life has grown, so has our relationship.
And it's totally holistic, because as we've gotten healthier physically and mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, that our sexual health has improved as well.
So we're going to be talking about that. We believe that God is a part of sex. We believe that He wants us to have good sex, and we, from what we've experienced and the conversations we've had, we just aren't so convinced that Christians are having good sex. and not consistently. And so I made a post the other day that the Christian faith, that being a disciple of Yeshua, provides an incredible foundation for a really banging sex life.
And if that is confusing to you, that is why we are talking about it. Like, that is the point. So, but disclaimer, we aren't really going to be, we'll share some in the functional faith group, but we are going to be creating a pop-up group.
Well, we've already created them.
Yes, we've created a pop-up group, and we're going to be hosting a couple of challenges by demand. That was not my idea. But off of that post that Kingston made, it was the idea of the people in that post, and so that's happening. In that group, we're going to be talking, we're going to be hosting that challenge and talking more real and raw in that group, because we know that that's not where a space that everybody is comfortable going. It can be triggering for some people.
Right. So if you're in this group and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I really don't want to listen to you guys talk about sex all the time, stay in the group. Like, we're not going to be really talking about sex a whole lot in this group. We're going to be mentioning it. It's going to be a theme because we're going to be talking again about love. But not just sex. It's going to be self-love, loving others, loving your spouse, loving Yahweh. That's all going to be a part of it. So if you're in this group and you don't want to talk about sex, stay in this group. If you are in this group and you want to talk about sex, then we want to reference you to our sex challenge group, and also our functional fidelity sex challenge and our functional fidelity intimacy challenge.
Yes.
So two
separate challenges,
two separate groups. You can be a part of both, and we will be talking a little bit more candid and raw there.
Why are we doing the challenges? Like, what are the challenges leading up to?
So the challenges are leading up to a launch of a program. So Crystal and I are actually the challenges are leading up to the launch of a free event where we are going to be talking about, probably, we haven't officially decided yet what part of the program we're going to hit on, but it's probably going to be sex because that's just really popular, and we feel like there's the most misinformation around there. So we're going to have a free event that the challenges are leading up to, and then we will have a program that we will be offering where we will really get into not just sex, but relationship with your spouse, and communicating with your spouse, and having conflict with your spouse, and also sex. So we're going to be getting into all that, vulnerability, intimacy, everything there.
So if you participate in the Divine Doubt event, that free event will follow that same kind of structure, but it will be about intimacy and fidelity, loyalty, and relationships and stuff like that. Yeah.
And then from there, in the program, we're also offering 3 sessions with us, where kind of an intake session about 20 to 30 minutes, and then an exit session for, again, about 20 or 30 minutes. So we just want to know, and then an hour-long session that we can do couple to couple, or Crystal would be happy to meet with the ladies. I would be happy to meet with the guys, and we can answer questions and just talk about whatever it is in the program: fighting, intimacy issues, communication issues, sexual issues, whatever it is that needs to be talked about. We'd be happy to talk about that. So that's what it's leading up to. Now, to explain the challenges real quick.
We don't need to get into too much detail about the challenges. I think we should share the details about the challenges in the challenge groups.
Well, they need to know what. So the intimacy challenge is a bingo game, a blackout bingo game. Only, but instead of numbers on your bingo card, you'll have tasks, and the tasks will range from just a word of encouragement to speak to your spouse, an act of service, or some type of physical touch. It can be sexual or non-sexual touch, depending on what the space is. The first person, and each day we're going to be listing in this group, we're going to be presenting, hey, this is the task for the day, and you have that day to complete the task. If you don't, then you don't get to cross out your box, because you have to do it that day. And whenever you do it, you get to cross out your box. The first person to cross out all their boxes wins. There's a twist at the end with the free space, because ain't no free space in blackout bingo, baby. So there's no free space, but there is a twist. So that's the intimacy challenge game, and it's designed to build intimacy, to build connection, to encourage vulnerability with your spouse. So then there's the sex challenge.
Right in time for Valentine's Day.
All right in time for Valentine's Day.
And leading up to our anniversary.
Yes, our anniversary's in March. So then there's the sex challenge, and the sex challenge This is what it sounds like. There are 3 categories. I will not say what those categories are here because, again, I just don't want to invade upon anyone. But if you want to be a part of that, then you will, in the group, see the 3 categories of challenges. You can participate in any one of those. They are all sexual in nature, and
there'll be 3 winners.
There'll be 3 winners. So, and we'll give out prizes in that group to three couples who win. So
Blackout Bingo will get a prize too, right?
I mean, the prize is the free space twist at the end.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what he has planned. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is his thing. So, okay. No, I don't know what you're saying. So,
okay.
Right.
You don't, but I do. So,
is there anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Well, we think this will make for a really fun February, especially with Valentine's Day approaching. Yeah, I don't know. He's really excited about this. I'm bashfully excited too, and I'm excited for you guys because you guys showed that you wanted this, and so I'm excited to see what it's going to do for our relationships. And yeah. So that's it. This is Functional Faith Friday. Today we introduced functional fidelity, getting into the pillars, which we're really excited about.
Getting into.
Yes, we are excited about serving you guys with these practical tools that connect you more with God and more with one another. All right, that's it.
All right, go in peace and